This is my mom.
God bless you.
This is what she's doing.
God bless you.
She has been suffering right from my primary school, right from when my dad left us. This is what my mom do to raise me to this point I am.
There's no place in Dutch. I still need to do this. There's no escape. You don't come out. How are you? It's not passive. Yes,
Minister, I would like to interject. This monologue is quite long. So, at first, Minister, after you had gone to report me in front of President Tinubu and said all sorts, anyway, I am not beholden to you. My job is accountability.
You are too small for me to report you to the president.
No, but they are
You are too small
Minister,
for me to
Minister,
report you to the
Minister, let me
president.
speak.
Who are you for me to report you?
Minister, let me speak. I have empirical evidence. The world watched it on the commission of the project when you mentioned the questions I asked you to the president. That was reporting me to the president officially. The world watches, so you don't need to dilly-dally about the empirical facts. I don't talk without facts, Minister. You know, when I have my facts, I talk. And I insist on my question when I ask on cost.
Let me only address you.
Minister, you will not allow me speak. The problem is you will not allow me speak. You spoke for over 20 minutes, over 10 minutes.
Because you don't know what you are speaking.
But let me speak. Let me speak. You will not.
What your profession is.
You will not allow me speak. You see, if you can just keep quiet and be calm and just allow me speak, I'll be happy. All right. So my question still persists as regards the cost per kilometer. You cannot tell me that we don't have a right to know the cost per kilometer. Even if it's an undulating landscape, give us all the facts and the details of the cost per kilometer. That's all we'll ask for. Other questions as regards the loans taken. Let me finish.
No. I will keep quiet for you to damage
Let me
information.
finish.
Listen to me.
Minister, you will not allow me to speak. The minister will not allow me to speak.
No. Don't do that with me.
Minister will not allow me to speak.
I was in your studio.
Minister will not allow me to speak.
And when the first section was on, and I ran the figures. And what you're asking us is 750 kilometers of coastal highway. We should tell you cost per kilometer. So you multiply by 750. That's nonsensical.
No, so tell me the cost per kilometer. There's nothing too hard for you to tell me that figure. You've not still told me that figure. So I was right on that point. The second point...
Because you don't understand anything.
The second point I'm trying to make is
You don't understand anything. I'm a professor in this field.
Okay.
You don't understand anything.
What university gave you professorship in this field?
And you cannot ask me to tell you a cost.
What university gave you professorship in engineering? I didn't know you were Professor Mai, Minister. I didn't know. So... Please,
I'm professor in practice.
In practice.
I'm professor in practice. Okay. I understand engineering very well.
So secondly,
and you have no knowledge of what you're asking.
If you will let me...
You have no knowledge.
If you will let me ask questions.
You keep quiet.
Okay.
And then stop, you know...
Minister, it's all right. Keep dignifying yourself and let the world see you for who you are. If you allow me speak, the other 100 kilometers that you said they've added to it, we would like to know the cost per kilometer of that one. And the Winsome Homes, the case is in court. Now, I would like to know the cost per kilometer for that one. I would like to also know the over 700 billion first tranche of loan you guys got for this project. Has the money been spent? How was the money deployed? I would also like to know. I would also like to know the terms of that loan. All right? How many years? What's the payback period? What's the payback moratorium of that loan? And for the Winsome Homes, isn't it interesting that as somebody that's been a governor in the state, you know the law, a case is in court, and then you're coming to talk about the details of the cases in court. Because you denied that the case was not in court. Now you've already accepted that the case is in court. So is it not just better you thrash it out with the woman that is been reporting a case in public that we all heard, and I ask you questions based on that? So, Minister, just answer the questions. I've got no axe to grind with you. You know that. We've spoken many times. In fact, when your people called to book, I booked them, and I said you should come on air. So please just tell us those information. It's very important, Minister.
An open declaration in court where he said, give me 5 minutes if I'm released, I'm going to end the violence in the Southeast. He made the declaration in court last year. What does you want from him? And you are the government, at any rate, you have a duty to protect the public. It's not his job to protect the Southeast or the Southwest. But the truth is that I have said this, and I'll repeat again. If you are a Nigerian, you can get away with a lot of things. But if you are Igbo, Nigerian, you can't get away with a lot of things. Yes.
But you're not getting
the odds
you're not getting away with much.
Yes, but the odds are stacked against you because you're coming with zero, and they'll do to you. I mean, it was in this country that there's a Yoruba nation movement. They even went and hijacked a radio station last year. Did you hear of any trial? Did you hear of any arrest? I'm not using that. I'm not saying that that should not be the case, but we must tell ourselves the truth. That it just doesn't look good that the Igbos are marginalized in every sector, including in the justice sector. To get a trial wrapped up in 10 years is that so difficult to do, especially when you claim that you have evidence that this person has committed these grievous crimes. Nothing has been done. There's nobody who's been presented as a witness. The only witness that was presented in his case did not accuse him of any crime. He didn't say he found a gun on him or he was importing ammunition or weapons or had a grenade. He just said, well, he was making declaration that he wants Biafra. And I've checked the Nigerian Constitution, 1999 Constitution. There's nowhere it is stated that it's a crime to say that you want Biafra.
Yeah. Well, another Southerner will get a chance. That will be in another 12 years. 12 years plus your age now. You'll be in your 80s. No, I'm 65. Yeah, for 12 plus 12.
What will I be?
You'll be like 78 or close to 80.
President Trump is 79.
So you still can be president?
Yes, of course. If I'm healthy, if God give me life and good health. The question is not age. The question is competency. What is in my brain I need to deliver? It's not when or where. It is how ready you are.
You think that the Igbos should support Peter Obi? Maybe the aspiration of an Igbo man.
Let me be honest with you. I'm a member of APC, and I don't want to discuss Peter Obi. I've told you this before in this channel. I don't want to discuss Peter Obi for any reason. Not for anything, because I don't want to discuss him. You can ask me about the leader of my party, I will answer you. Whether the question is right or wrong, I will answer you.
Each time I mention Peter Obi, you become suddenly uncomfortable.
No, because I don't want to discuss him. I've told you before, Shaw. Any day you want to discuss Peter Obi with me, give us 2 hours. You be in the model. Keep him there and keep me here. And we'll be able to sort it out. This is what I've told you.
He wasn't even your generation of governor.
No.
He wasn't your class of governor. All of a sudden, does it look because he's now looking like a leader of the Southeast?
No.
Politically speaking.
It's not my leader. It's not my... I am the most important politician from that zone. I have won 2 states before of PPA. I have run for president before. My 4.9 million vote is still there. It's 2007. And we achieved a lot with PPA. We had ministers, we had ambassadors, we have all kinds of appointments with President Yaradua. And you cannot be telling me anybody can run for president. But what I want to tell you, I want you to discuss issues that concern...
Because, Peter Obi seems to be the most popular Igbo man.
No, why don't you...
Politically speaking.
No, you are making if you're a Labour Party, keep it to yourself.
Who?
You.
I'm not a politician.
No, listen to me.
over what they described as an insulting interview with the Minister of Works, Dave Umahi. They accused the journalist of trying to embarrass and undermine Umahi, a former governor of Ebonyi State, who now oversees key federal infrastructure projects. Afia TV correspondent Chijoke Njoko now reports.
The protest followed a heated exchange between Senator Mai and Mr. Osani during a Arise TV interview. The minister reportedly asked to be allowed to speak, but Osani's sharp response draws criticism from viewers. Protesters marched through the major street of Abakaliki with placards accusing Osani of disrespecting the minister. Some of the placards read, Senator Mai is a competent and trusted in civil engineering. Arise TV and Rufai Osani must apologize now, and ABC and BOM must act against media misconduct. The group leader Damian Ono expressed disappointment over Omai's treatment on live television, saying Osani's misconduct was not only disrespectful but also amounted to media ambush.
That young man, Rufai Husseini, had the effrontery in his nerve, the stimulating force, the guts to ask Dave Umahi to keep quiet. Who gave him the told him to keep quiet in the face of the whole world? As if that was not enough, he accused him of reporting him to Mr. President. Who is Rufai, for God's sake? For them, with all the time he's spending from state to state, from local government to local government, all the nooks and crannies of this nation, making sure that those are done according to stipulation. So he will have time to go and be discussing small Rufai with Mr. President. As if that was not enough. Let me understand that. We are gathered here to make a demand. A demand, firstly, that Rufai Husseini of Arise Television and Arise Television as an organization, they are given 24 hours to tender non-reserve apology to our God-given leader. He is the father of the governor of Ebonyi State.
Free Nnamdi Kanu protest for us, so we go. Sowore challenge you, Sowore challenge you, Sowore challenge you. Taubi soludo. Sowore challenge you, Sowore challenge you, Sowore challenge you. Apari biale soti. Sowore challenge you, Sowore challenge you, Sowore challenge you. Taubi show walking. Talkie you don't do today. Soludo show walking. Our mumu you don't do today. Apari they show walking. Talkie you don't do today. Alesoti show walking. Our mumu you don't do today. Talkie you don't do. Una go dey for corner, then you move on top Nnamdi Kanu, where they have blocked them from Kenya down to Nigeria, which is illegal. But God no gree free am, Buhari no free am, Tinubu no one free am. Hey, fakey love una dey show Nnamdi. Oh yeah, time don't come. Sowore don't set challenge. This is time for action. Sowore challenge you, Sowore challenge you, Sowore challenge you. Taubi soludo. Sowore challenge you, Sowore challenge you, Sowore challenge you.
No, this rally make my blood pressure go up.
And the people who are asking a platform for him, who are supporting him.
So you should get a filter sometimes, filter your thoughts before you say.
I'll continue to take blood pressure medication.
Why are you getting high blood pressure, Jonaba? Now,
I'm not taking medication for myself. I'm taking it for people like some of you guys that after the January, February something, and then people like Soludo that is a good spoiler. I thank God for his life. He's working for my.
And I am ready to die defending Nigeria in whatever way. When it is God's time for us to go, it is. And
you took my time to God. You are ready to defend Nigeria. I gave you my comment.
No, I'm coming.
Alex, hold on. He already started.
What I'm saying, defending Nigerians is this.
I gave him my time and he's using it to defend me.
No, sorry. I'm sorry.
I hope that Nigeria wins. I'm never going to wish any president evil so that I can say I told you so. No, I won't wish them evil. I hope. You see, I'm not praying. There's no point. I can't pray for Nigeria to be fine. I only hope that Nigeria wins and Nigerians win. Because if you choose a dodgy doctor who has a dodgy record, who has, all sort of accusations leveled against him, to say this doctor, we think he's done this, or this doctor, this surgeon, yes, he's a senior surgeon, he's the most whatever surgeon, but there are a lot of accusations leveled against him. If you choose him to operate on you, and you tell me to pray for you that it doesn't kill you surgery, what's the point? I can't pray. You might make it, you might not make it. My prayer won't change anything. So I hope Nigeria and Nigerians win during Tinubu's 4 years. Thank you.
Thank you.
Uncle, right? I have the right to address Sowore the way I like. You don't know what Sowore did to me. So learn to control your emotion, right? That's the only thing that I'm going to tell you. But if you don't want to control your emotion and you insult me here, I'm going to insult you 100%.
Okay.
You understand? You cannot insult me on a normal ground. Physically, you can't insult me, right? I will treat you like a child. If you insult me physically, I will handle you like a child. I don't care your age. Do you understand? You are powerful over the camera, so you can say whatever you want to say, but you can't dare say it to me physically. You understand? I will handle you like a kid. I'm not joking. You understand? So learn to control your emotion. You understand?
Okay.
Please don't take him out. I also have a right to respond because he mentioned my name. There's no need to take him out. All you have to do is to meet them or something. And you're taking too long to manage them.
Comment.
What did you say?
Comment.
I know, but he mentioned my name, so I'm asking to respond to him.
When he gets your time, then you make up.
No. He mentioned my name.
If you want to make it rowdy, I will take you out.
Take me out, you son of a bitch. Take me out. You think you're a big boy because you're moderating.
Take him out, please.
Hello, come on, don't use such word now.
Don't forget, that state is now an oil-producing state. So they now have derivation, if you are not aware. So if you want to speak for anybody, please do not defend a character like Yabelo. Please do not.
Okay, let me respond to him. 1 second.
Do not defend a character like Yabelo. Do not.
All right, thank you, Mohammed.
The people of that state.
Can I respond to him?
No.
Then go to hell. Rudolph, go to hell.
All right.
Rudolph, I've never seen this part of him before.
Tinubu is a criminal, yes, of course, a categorical grade 1 criminal. The only person more criminal than Tinubu in Nigeria is probably Babangida. But he's a criminal, and is he fit for purpose? Absolutely not. Should Tinubu be the president of Nigeria? Categorical no. Is there a better option than him? That is subjective. So show me who he is.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Have Your Say 247. My name is Rudolph Okonkwo. Today is October the 11th, 2025. Tomorrow, there will be elections for president in Cameroon. Most of you may not have noticed, but they have an election coming up tomorrow in Cameroon. Paul Biya, who has been president forever, is running again. He hasn't been seen at the campaign events anywhere in Cameroon, but his cardboard image has been campaigning for him. Take a look. All right, that's from the Cameroon. We have it on strong authorities that Paul Biya will win the election tomorrow, even though he didn't show up. Meanwhile, around the world, we know that the Nobel Peace Prize was awarded on, I think it was yesterday, to Venezuela's leader of the opposition who has been in hiding, Maria Machada. She won. She defeated President Donald Trump of the United States, who has been campaigning for this prize. And a lot of people are trying to make excuses why Trump did not win, but he just didn't win. From reports we had that he called the winner and said congrats to the winner, to the woman. And now there are controversies over the choice, even the choice of the opposition leader. A lot of people are accusing her of being a white nationalist. We will talk about that and all the other issues going on across the world, including the closing of the government, shutdown of the government here in America. It's in the second week, and there is no hope that it might end soon. In Nigeria, we have a new INEC chairman. Of course, he will be the most important person in the election coming up in 2027. Anybody in that position will receive fire from all sides, and it's already coming out to the professor, deputy vice chancellor of University of Jos. Everything is under question, including his CV. We're going to touch on that and how he's going to do the job of conducting the most important election in a generation. We say that all the time, but this one is very important. Meanwhile, in Nigeria, Sowore is leading a campaign to march to Aso Rock to free Nnamdi Kanu. And that's putting a lot of politicians, especially those from the southeast, in very difficult position in terms of what they are going to do. Are they going to join the march? Are they going to stay away? So we're going to discuss that in that frame. Already there's support from Atiku Abubakar is supporting Sowore, and Abaribe, Senator Abaribe is also saying that he will join the march, which will happen, I think, on the 20th, during the anniversary of the protest that happened some years back, 2020. What else in the news? We know that Hamas and Israel, they've agreed to a ceasefire, and they are going to begin to exchange prisoners and hostages and things like that. So finally, there might be peace in the Middle East. I don't know how long it's going to last. Everybody is weighing in, and we hear from you. On this program, what we do is that we throw out the topics. We want to hear you, your view. We give you the chance. This is not one of those shows where we sit down and tell you what to think and what is going on. We want to hear your views on what is going on. That's why we call it Have Your Say 247. So thank you so much for joining us. Those who are in the comment section, I'm seeing your comments. Those who are already in the studio, and those who are watching at home, we appreciate you. Again, my name is Rudolph Okonkwo. Thank you. All right, so let's go to people who are here. Of course, we have James. James is always the first to come in, and Femi is here. Femi, welcome.
How you doing, sir? Good evening.
Nice to see you. James, thank you so much for being here, as always.
Yeah, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, James. All right, so I mentioned a few...
The line is muffled.
My line?
Please, I want to relocate.
Okay.
No, my line is muffled. I want to relocate.
Okay, all right.
I'll be with you in less than 10 minutes.
Okay. Femi, welcome to the show.
How you doing, Dr. Damages? Good morning.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Quite well. Another interesting week, always full of...
Yes. Has the world been like this, or is it that we pay too much attention?
Someone at my job told me a long time ago, an older person told me that apparently the influence of social media and a lot more availability of media across the board has made it look as if things were not happening back then as well. But I also think when you consider the fact that things like increase in population, the spiraling of population growth, and again, the general awareness that's come to the fore has played a part. I think there's differences. There's obviously differences, and people no longer even know how to resolve issues anymore as well. As an example, So I tend to think it's only getting worse, irrespective.
Yeah, you're right. I think social media is one of those reasons why we feel overwhelmed with stories and news. One small thing will come up and you get to hear it 10 times in 1 hour. I gave
It's
you.
worse. It's gonna get worse with AI and all kind of deep fakes and all kind of opinions. You don't even know what's real or what's fake anymore. Everybody's a journalist now too.
That's a good point. Everybody's a reporter. Yes, everybody's a reporter. And talking about that, the issue with Rufai Oseni and Minister David Umahi has been quite interesting. A lot of people are weighing, and it's one of those things we are going to touch on. But I'll come to you to get your view on any story that is important to you that I skipped. Pansat, welcome to the show. You look nice. You look younger. Did you shave or something for the show? You look nice. I'm happy to see you.
You too. Hello, Femi.
Sure.
I've boycotted your show for a little bit, so
I didn't notice. Why?
Rejuvenation for me.
No, wait. What happened? Why? I didn't notice. You should give me a lot when you want to boycott so that we pay. And I was talking about you just last week.
I heard. I even though I'm not on the panel, I like the show. I like the comment section.
Okay.
And let me say that it's good to see you and all your efforts and all the work you're doing. Let me ask you one thing right now. I want you to be honest with me.
Okay.
Rudolph.
Okay.
Are you a Sowore supporter?
Why? Why do you ask that question? We are reporters, so we ask questions. So I'm surprised you're asking me a question. Why do you ask that question? Tell me why.
It's just so that I will know where you're coming from.
If there's any reason why you think I am, tell me. I don't know. I don't support any politician. Shem just said that when Orji Zokalo asked him, "Are you a Labour Party member?" Why do people think that way? Tell me. I want to understand.
Okay. I hope you don't take it out of my time.
No. We've not started. We are just having a banter now. Go ahead.
Because we're human beings, right?
Yes.
And we have our biases, no matter how much you try to be unbiased, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you have editorial content, where you get to choose what the topics are.
Yes.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So it would seep in. For example, Sowore, as you know, is maturing here. I gave him some advice last night.
You did?
Not by telephone or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I wrote some advice for him.
Okay.
And I'm saying
Are you the one that suggested that he should lead this campaign to free Nnamdi Kanu?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah, I did suggest, and I did write to Atiku to.
Wow, you are up there. We should make you the guest. Femi, can you give us space? I'm just kidding.
No. So let's be a little focused. What I'm saying now, this is not just talking. I want to know if you're a Sowore supporter. It's going to be enlightening everybody. You should tell us why Sowore over Peter Obi, for example, because you're friends with both. You like Sowore, you worked with him before. You like Peter Obi because he's from your state, for one thing, and he's inerrant pretty much. So what you need to do, because we need to take our country back, you can't be strictly a journalist. We have to rescue the country. All hands have to be on deck.
Hold on.
Femi, I hope you follow what I'm saying.
Pastor, hold on. Someone has said this. It's only journalism that people tell them how to do their job. You don't go to a doctor's office and say to the doctor, you cannot be giving Panadol to everybody that comes in here. But in journalism, people tell them how to do their job.
Au contraire, if you go to your doctor and you don't tell your doctor, 90% of what the doctor does should be what you tell him. Do you understand? So a lot of people go to a doctor and they don't want to do that. I suggest that when you go to the doctor, you have to be candid and honest and tell him what you feel. Do you understand?
No, you tell him what's wrong with you. He will recommend what you should do. You have the right to say, I don't want to do this. I don't want to take this pill. But you are not going to tell them, I want this pill. If I'm a doctor, I'm not going to give you the pill you want. I give you what I think is going to help you. But if you don't want that, it's up to you not to take it. And that's what we do in journalism. We don't tell you like in this program, I'm not telling you what to believe.
Okay,
I'm
but
letting
with
you
the
discuss issues.
with the knowledge.
Hold on, Pastor. And what we're doing now is we do this every week. It's intentional. I'm saying to you, give me other stories I missed that I don't think are important. I may not even know. So, which is something unique. I'm giving you the chance to be part of the editorial team. You know what I mean? That's what we're doing.
I know, but listen, don't gloss over what we're talking about. A doctor, when it comes to treatment, right? When it comes to treatment, yeah, he gets to talk. When it comes to diagnosis, for example, right? You, as a patient, you have a lot. You have to be able to tell the doctor what you ate.
What if I don't know? Oh, yeah, of course. Those are basic things.
We're hot, right?
Yeah, those are basic things. Yeah, for him to be able to do his job. But now, not for me to tell him his job. Oh, I want this blue pill. I don't know the name, but they say that he does this. Can you give it to me?
No. Since you've stipulated that, that's where we are now. I'm trying to find out from you.
Yeah.
Right? The doctor. I'm trying to find out from you.
So let me tell you. I know where you're going. Let me tell you. Let me help you.
Yeah,
if Tinubu will answer my phone call today, I'll be his friend. If I can call Tinubu and he will answer, we talk. I saw that a CNN reporter was texting Trump, and they were talking about what Trump was texting back to him. If Tinubu will answer my text, if I have his number, I'll call him. So there's no relationship to the point that I cannot talk to any of these people. If Atiku will answer me, I will call Atiku. You understand? So it's not.
I agree.
My job is not to isolate somebody who is a player in the Nigerian scene because you don't like him.
Okay.
For me, my job is to bring people to express their view to the Nigerian people.
We're not talking in the abstract, right?
Yeah.
So when you get Tinubu on the phone, where you and I agree with you. You should get him on the phone, but you shouldn't call him up and say, "Hey, look, you're doing a fantastic job," right? I'm saying that when you get him on the phone, you're supposed to say, "Hey, look, this is high inflation here. This is this." Be able to talk to him, elucidate the problems of the Nigerian people. It's not, nobody's against you calling him on the phone. It's what you say.
So where did I say, hold on now? Where did I say anything to P2B or Sowore that is making you uncomfortable? Because I don't talk to Atiku, I don't have his number. I don't talk to Tinubu, I don't have his number. But even P2B, I don't call him unless the time I called him to come here. So where did you hear? What is worrying?
No. I'm not accusing you of any of that. You're a good actor, right? Or let's not talk about could be things that you do inadvertently, right?
Okay.
The mistake you make. You're not inherent, right? We love you. You're good and all that, but you're not inherent. Now I know you have a show to do, and others want to chime in and see that James has fixed his stuff. All I'm saying is that when you bring a guest, like you brought one of our favorite guests here, Barrister. Now that's when I did tell you about your show on that day, right? You brought Barrister here, and I was telling him he had come here to say that he's going to support Atiku for the election. I don't know if you recall that show.
Yeah.
Do you recall?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was able to turn him around on this show. Would you agree with that as well?
I don't remember what you did. I know you intervened. I don't know whether you turned him around. I think at the end, my own perception of what happened, at the end, he said, he will continue to hold his view. You hold your own. And that's what most analysts who are objective, and that's what they do. All
right, but in order for you to make that statement, you have to go back and see what he's done since he was here. I believe, and I've monitored what he's done, was to go back.
Oh, I've not followed him. I moved on. There are many things I do.
I could tell you that he's a valiant, he's a warrior for the truth, right? He's a good guy.
So now he changed. He switched sides.
Back to what he was, which is to be for the best candidate, right? He did not switch sides. He went back to supporting Peter Obi for president.
Okay, that's good. Then we should bring him back. I'll bring him back so that he will explain to us what happened.
Thank you.
Don't worry about that. I will get him to come back.
Okay, I will yield because I've spent a lot of time on the tangent. Let me go ahead and yield, and then we continue.
All right. Thank you, Pastor. All right, Mr. James, welcome to the show.
Yes, thank you. I'm sure you can hear me now.
We can hear you. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I frankly don't know where you are.
No, we just want to know if there is anything that is of concern to you that I didn't mention. Obviously, I can't mention everything, but I just want to know what you're following.
Something happened in Benin City.
What happened?
You know, this larger business and the Yeki something, the urban market in Benin City was set on fire.
Oh, I didn't know that. When?
This week, I can't remember the exact date. It was set on fire. The market is just adjacent to the Oba's Palace.
Wow.
Just a road. They used to call it Plymouth Road. I don't know what they call it now. This will be also separating the palace from the market. The market was set on fire.
Was that the first time?
It should be the first time. Although markets have been set on fire.
Yeah, I can tell you, like Onisha market is almost every year. Something will happen.
That very market is a special market. It's a market of markets. You know?
Wow.
I mean, it's a prime traditional market. Yeah, in Benin City. It was set on fire in the midst of this crisis. I'm not accusing anybody, but that is what happened.
Okay. All right. I'll remember that, and if we have a way to put it in our conversation, we will. All right. Thank you, Mr. James. Femi, anything you want to add?
Yeah, out of the myriads of news that one could look at, in addition to what you mentioned, I don't know if you noticed the AI campaigns for President Paul Biya, which hopefully we get to discuss about. But in addition to that, something that was of interest to me, maybe on the positive side, is the new Ogun Airport, which looks like the first proper airport I've seen in a while in Nigeria, that had its first inaugural flight on Tuesday, the Valley Jet.
Oh.
I don't know if you saw that, but in any case, maybe to about the same extent, although on the negative, that medical doctor army guy that got burnt alive by his wife in was it in Port Harcourt as well. That was also something that seemed to have made the news to an extent. And of course, the big bat between IMF and the Nigerian government on where the health of the country stands. I mean, it's ironic that the same IMF...
Is the IMF or World Bank?
World Bank, rather. I mean, both the Bretton Woods institution, they work in tandem. It's like, it's five. They're 5 and 6. They're the same to me, irrespective. So anyway, the back and forth between them and the Nigerian government, and how ironic it is that it's the same institutions that we teach African countries, for example, that yet borrow things like local parlance. They'll teach us what to do, and then they'll turn around and tell us we're not doing certain things well. Maybe the people have not taught us enough.
Can you hear me, Rudolph?
Hold
on, Femi, hold on. Yeah. We can hear you, Pansat, but there's noise where you are. Okay, try again. Let me see. Pansat. All right. Hold on, Pansat. Let's Femi finish. I'll come back to you. Femi, go ahead.
Okay, and then what seems to be a brewing impasse between Wike and his chairman right now. Apparently, that also seems to be something that I'm beginning. Initially, when I saw it on Sahara, I was like, maybe Rudolph and his people have come again. But it seems to be something that's subtly making the news across the media space. I think I even saw it on one of the international news media. I can't be too specific now. And of course, that's in regards to the new INEC chairman. Apparently, he wanted someone different from who they eventually came up with. And basically, I'll just maybe something I also wanted to mention, because apparently this is not something that has been making as much news as it should make. Recall when all of a sudden we woke up one day to the news that we wanted to change the curriculum to the point where you wanted to produce people that had skills. Weeks down the line now, they suddenly realize that they don't have the teachers, they don't have the manpower, they don't even have the equipment for these things. I find it really ironic, but it's the piece that I've been following, and it's I don't think it's making as much news as it should. But I read a piece about it recently as well. But that's where I'll land for now.
All right, thank you. Pansat, can you hear me?
Yeah, I wanted to say there's one little item that. Yeah, I could hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. There's delay and there's echo from your end. I think you have to...
we kind of have a connection issue, but let me say this quickly. Number one, the thing you missed is that Dangote, there's an article on Sahara Reporters where Dangote was busted importing fuel. And he's come out to say that it's not really fuel that he's importing, it's some kind of a mixture, mixing fuel, but it's not really the one that goes all the way to the market. It has the high sulfur content. As you know, I've come here and I've contended that refinery did not pass inspection, that our inspectors went out there, they looked at it, and they said that refinery was only 45% complete, and that it's making inferior products, and that it was unlicensed. And then he went into gear to have those people removed from office, and then he started doing what he's doing, and then he fired all the refiners, people who work for his refinery, right? So now, he had a guy come here, that's why I brought it to your attention. He had a guy come here who's like a PR guy for him, pretending to be an economist that is neutral. Now, I would say this, and I'll leave it alone. I don't think it's part of your show today, but it should be, because I believe that Dangote is like 99% of our problem. One of the problems I have dealing with Nigerians is that they're so backwards. So, I mean, their thinking is like 30 years backwards. So you have to wait for another generation, and then you start discussing the issue of Dangote. We, Biafrans, in the 60s, we went to war over the issues we have today. So you don't see anybody come and say, oh, you know what? We're sorry. We were wrong. We should have tackled these politicians and these soldiers at that time. But it's been like 60 years now. And the protagonists of that war, his people are now in the IDP camps, and others from that area, and basically the whole country are now going through what we were going through then. So if you start talking about what's going to stem the problem 30 years from now, they don't want to hear it. It's like you're picking on one of their stars or something like that. So that's what I have to say, and I'm gonna be gone. I'll listen to the show like I normally do from the comment section. Thank you very much. I appreciate everybody.
All right. Thank you, Pansat. Let me play this video of Dangote speaking, and this is something that Nigerians should pay attention to. Watch.
To be the second largest importer of cement in the world. And now we have reversed it. Nigeria now exports cement more than any other African country. We built from the zero level to the second largest plant of fertilizer in the world. So Nigeria now, not only we export, we actually export 37% of our fertilizer to the United States of America. Again, in terms of petrochemical, Nigeria imports about 350,000 polypropylene. Now we have addressed that issue. It's not going to happen again. We'll export, not only that we'll meet the local demand, we'll export 600,000 out of the country to serve all the other African countries. And, you know, we went on and said, okay, fine. What's the highest, biggest capacity of refinery that has ever been built in the world?
Right.
By Saudi Aramco, which is 430,000 barrels. We said that let us do what has never ever been done before. That is to do 650,000 barrels per day. And we have delivered. So when we have done all these successes in business, there's no way we will not be able now to do this in health. And what we need to do is to make sure that we stop this health tourism. And we should now get into producing our own drugs. We should now make sure that when you are sick, you don't have to travel abroad. All of us, including myself, if we are sick, we shouldn't now. But we need to do partnership with Bill and other people.
All right, that is Dangote proposing to do for cement and petrol, what to do for health, what he did for cement and petrol. All right, I know, Pansat, you made me play that video. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, do you have access to Sahara Reporter's website? I mean, let's say X account, because he had an article there yesterday that busted Dangote importing fuel, right, from Phillips 66. That's a cargo. Now, I spent a lot of time going through with Grok, which is an AI, which confirms that he's actually an importer. He's been fighting this importer so that he be a sole importer. He's not refining anything. So in that article, if you could put it up, I could read it fast, because he's a liar. There's nothing he said there. That stuff you played now, which is all this PR, he's running his mouth, talking nonsense every day, only to be sucked in. All right. So in 2021, he sold Nigerian government 20% of a stake of 20% to us. At that point, he said it was a $9 billion refinery. So Nigeria went and borrowed $1.2 billion and gave to him in cash, then plus the crude, right? So he turned around now. He's fired the workers there, the drivers. He's delivering those things himself. But the major thing I want to talk about is you go to Sahara Reporters, put up the article, let me read it really fast to show that he's importing fuel with high sulfur content.
So, Pansat, there's a technical issue I have. On the computer I use, I don't go to websites so that they don't infect. I've been having problems with.
No, X is good. Just go to X.
I don't even log on X on that computer. I just for this broadcast. But if I knew you were going to do this, just send it on that private chat to me. The link I can show it later. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I've not read that. And for those, Femi, you mentioned you were talking about me and Sahara Reporters. I don't work for Sahara anymore, so so it's not like I'm part of the production. I don't know what is going on there. So I just want to correct that.
But you do have a weekly column there now, right?
No, okay, that's another issue. My column is published by People's Gazette, but it's syndicated to Sahara and other platforms, not just Sahara. There are so many other places. So that's how it is. All right, we have to start the show. I saw KJ. KJ, where are you? Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rudolph. It's good to be here. It's good to see Pansat. Good to see Mr. James and Femi. Femi, it's good to see you. And
right.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So we just went around to talk about possibly issues that people are concerned about. What are you looking at this week that we didn't mention?
Maybe the Senate President's remark on the Christian genocide going on in Nigeria. His remark was quite remarkable as a Christian. And
what did he say?
He said that he was comparing IPOB to the genocide going on. That can you say that is genocide also, because what IPOB is doing in the East? You see, every time they have an opportunity, they want to let us know that they always pander to using the poster boy, IPOB, and the East as yardstick to measure their failures. And I felt so insulted that he could, phantom that kind of idea before the national press that the Igbos are also part of the, a terrorist group in Nigeria. It beats my imagination how, how somebody can compare, a freedom fighter or somebody asking for justice for his people to that of the insecurity going on in Nigeria. So that's what I think. And of course, the shutting down the guy who tried to present Nnamdi Kanu's issue in the National Assembly. This happened on the same week. First of all, it was at the House of Reps, and then the House of Senate, where the Akpabio now made this very, very, I don't know how to call it, It's not even, these people who are leading Nigeria are just all daft. That's the truth. I don't know how you compare what the movement is doing in the East with that of what's going on in the North. Yes, sir, that's
okay. So you were talking about the guy, I saw that video at the National Assembly who was speaking about, who tried to bring up the issue of Nnamdi Kanu, and he was shut down. Do you know his name? Do you know
his
the
name?
He's
a senator representing Nnamdi Kanu's region. His name is his name came into my mind just now. But he has been the one going to court almost on every court session with Nnamdi Kanu. He's always there.
Shut me down. You also have the right. Honorable, it is important, Mr. Speaker, that this House takes cognizance
is compromised
of the issue of Nnamdi Kanu.
That you can bring it up, and I thought that particular position is talking in respect of instances where the issues is beyond your control. But this is not what a letter from you to from yourself to me.
Yes, sir. The
when
letter
you
is
have
here,
as a member
Mr. Speaker.
direct access to come to my office and seek for explanation.
Mr. Speaker,
why?
I've been
Why
to
do
your
you
office.
Have to go through this?
I've been to your office to seek the Speaker.
Please.
Excuse me, sir. Can you read the order book, Rule 6 and subsection 2, to know that Honorable Obi Agocha, I represent the great people, Mr. Speaker, of Iguano, Umaya North and Umaya South Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm an Abia man. Mr. Speaker, I rise on Order 6, Rule 2, matters of privilege.
What do you want to... Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity. I wish to draw the attention of Mr. Speaker and the House that on the 26th of August 2025, I wrote a letter to Mr. Speaker, the House of Representatives, as well as a letter to the Attorney General of the Federation and a letter to Mr. President, urging for the urgent intervention request the deteriorating health conditions of my constituent Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Up until today, Mr. Speaker, I have yet to receive any response from Mr. Speaker, from Mr. President, and from the Attorney General, despite the deteriorating health of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, whom has been evaluated by his own team of doctors and came up with a report which was attached to the letter that was submitted to Mr. Speaker and to the President and as well to the Attorney General. Second evaluation has been conducted by the Nigerian Medical Association, and the results even further confirms the deteriorating health of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that he has organ deficiencies, low potassium, and that he is, as we speak, on the verge of death. Mr. Speaker, at the instruction of the court instructed in 8 days for the Nigerian Medical Association to also do their own assessment. So there are 3 reports now, Mr. Speaker, all leading to the same direction. I quote the judge. The judge says, "It's only a man who is alive and living can stand trial." Mr. Speaker, this is not politics or any other thing, but it is a fundamental human right that should be ascribed to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Most other people in that gap have been given opportunities to even travel overseas to seek medical attention. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is neither convicted of any crimes in Nigeria and must be protected under the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So, Mr. Speaker, a lot of progress has been made in order to see that the government does the right thing to be able to afford Mazen Nnamdi Kanu the urgent treatment that he needs. It's significant, Mr. Speaker, if otherwise.
My dear honorable colleague.
Yes, sir.
I do not see where your privilege is conflicted here.
I have not received a letter that I wrote to the Speaker. I'm a member of the House, and my office deserves a response, whether it's positive or not, but to as a member. And the letters were received by your office on the 27th of August, right here.
Is the letter you wrote to Mr. Speaker's office just a notification?
Not a notification,
or a demand for a certain action to be taken?
Yes, we requested for a certain action, which was to intervene in the medical condition of Nnamdi Kanu, whom is now, his health condition is deteriorating.
If it is something specific to the office of the Speaker, Honorable, I find it a little bit intriguing that you will come by way of a privilege to demand action to be taken.
Mr. Speaker, the letter was written.
The Speaker that you have direct
Mr.
access
Speaker,
to.
the letter was written since August 26th.
You have direct, unfettered, Honorable.
Yes, sir.
Unfettered access to my office. This is not the kind of thing that I would expect that will come by way of privilege.
It is a matter of privilege.
If it is something beyond you, from the outside, but if it is something that is a letter written to my office, you know, a phone call from you, a visit to my office can solve the problem. So I don't think if...
Mr. Speaker, I've been to your office, Mr. Speaker.
So you mean
I've
you
also
have
submitted the
explored
letter,
all
Mr.
options
Speaker.
and opportunities. You couldn't see me except here.
I've come to your office, Mr. Speaker. We just resumed today.
I don't think
we just resumed today, Mr. Speaker. And it's equally important, Mr. Speaker.
Please, Honorable,
Order, please.
Honorable, please.
Please be guided.
Step it down because it is not the right thing to do.
Yes.
Please, I beg you. Step it down.
Please be guided. Mr. Speaker, it is please be guided. Mr. Speaker, it's a matter of life and death.
Please,
my constituency
please be guided. I am trying to tell you the procedure.
The House, Mr.
This
Speaker.
is not right. Step it down and see me if you want any action concerning any letter you have written to me. You don't need to go
Speaker,
by way of this.
The House rules, please be guided. Excuse me, sir. The House rules allows me the latitude to bring an issue of privilege to this House and to the attention of Mr. Speaker. And it is important, Mr. Speaker, that this House
only when your
takes
privilege is compromised
of the issue of Nnamdi Kanu
that you can bring it up. And I thought that particular position is talking in respect of instances where the issues is beyond your control. But this is not what a letter from you to from yourself to me.
Yes, sir. The
when
letter
you
is
have,
here.
as a member,
Mr. Speaker.
direct access to come to my office and seek for explanation.
No, but I also have the right.
Honorable.
We're in trouble in that country.
Yeah.
We are in trouble. All right. So I see that Pansat sent me the link to what he was referring to, an article by explosive story on Sahara reporters. Dangote refinery imports dirty fuel. Let me see. But we have to move on to start the show. It's about an hour into the show, but it's good what we're doing. I still like that we give people who come on this platform a chance to share with us stories that are important to them, which we may not have mentioned at the beginning of the show. It's a good way to give it a spotlight. That sometimes that's all that we can do. But if we have the chance, we can make reference to that. This is the story that Pansat was referring to. Dangote refinery imports dirty fuel from UK with 13 times higher sulfur content than Nigeria's 50 ppm limit. So that's the story, and we will hopefully find a way to integrate it into the conversation that we're going to have today. Thank you, Pansat, for that. Unless you want to say one thing, I'll give you 1 minute before we start the show with the first topic. Pansat, are you there? Can you hear me, Pansat? I think there's a delay at his end, so you guys...
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
I've taken a lot of your time already, so. Yes, I'm here. I've taken a lot of your time, therefore I will exit the show now. I'll try to dial back in when others have spoken, maybe in the next 45 minutes.
All right. Thank you, Pansat. Okay, so we're going to start on our first topic. I think it should be the issue. I really want to answer the question about Rufai and David Umahi. I want to get, I'm sure everybody by now, you all have seen the video of the encounter between Rufai. James, have you seen it, Mr. James? You don't have audio. We can't hear you, Mr. James. No?
Sorry, I saw it.
Yeah? Okay.
I saw it, but okay.
All right, Femi, how about you? You know?
Yeah, I saw the video.
Okay, for those watching at home who may not have, let me just play a little bit of it, not all of it.
This monologue is quite long. So at first, Minister, after you had gone to report me in front of President Tinubu and said all sorts, anyway, I am not beholden to you. My job is accountability.
You are too small for me to report you to the president.
No, but they are empirical.
You are too small
Minister,
for me to
Minister, let me speak. Minister, let me speak. I have empirical evidence. The world watched it on the commissioner of the project when you mentioned the questions I asked you to the president. That was reporting me to the president officially. The world watches, so you don't need to dilly-dally about the empirical facts. I don't talk without facts, Minister. You know, when I have my facts, I talk. And I insist on my question when I ask on cost.
Let me only address you.
Minister, you will not allow me speak. The problem is you will not allow me speak. You spoke for over 20 minutes, over 10 minutes.
Because you don't know what you are speaking.
But let me speak. Let me speak. You will not. You will not allow me speak. You see, if you can just keep quiet and be calm and just allow me speak, I'll be happy. All right. So my question still persists as regards the cost per kilometer. You cannot tell me that we don't have a right to know the cost per kilometer. Even if it's an undulating landscape, give us all the facts and the details of the cost per kilometer. That's all we'll ask for. Other questions as regards the loans taken. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Listen to me.
Minister, you will not allow me to speak. The minister will not allow me to speak.
No.
Mr. James, Mr. James, what is your take on that? There are people in Abakaliki who are protesting.
They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they are protesting. You get the point? The issue is this. When we say freedom of expression, it means that you should also listen to what others have got to say. You know, just the way you want them to listen to you. That is what freedom of expression entails. The minister is arrogant to start with. And this type of arrogance is what people like Adisa Akinloye, Umaru Diko, and others displayed during the Second Republic that eventually led to the military taking over the government from them. These people are only preparing the ground for a military takeover, which, frankly speaking, we don't need because the military laid the foundation of the monumental rot we are grappling with now. Now, this guy is asking you, what is the cost per kilometer? You, a servant of the people, you are telling the boy, you don't know what you are talking about. Who is he, the minister? What has he accomplished in life, apart from political maneuvering? What has he accomplished in life? We have a lot of accomplished Nigerians. He's an Igbo man. A man like Kenneth DK distinguished himself in academics. You get the point? What has he, Mr. Umahi, accomplished in life, either for the Igbo man or for Nigerians in general? It's just sheer arrogance the man is displaying. Have you not listened to BBC and VOA reporters? CNN reporters interviewing people? You are a professional minister. Let's take it at that. This guy is a professional journalist doing his job the way it should be done. It's just sheer arrogance. This is just how I see it. Is he even worth talking about? We are making the man feel more, to feel very important. You spend public money. A representative of the public is asking you, how did you spend the money? If you have nothing to hide, why not tell me this is what, I mean, please, let's talk about better things. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. James. KJ, I'll come to you later. And Femi, let me welcome somebody I don't think I've seen on the platform before. Musa Waziri, welcome to the show. Musa, can you hear me? Musa, if you can hear me, tell us where you're joining us from and what you think about that encounter between Rufai Oseni and David Umahi, the Minister for Works. Musa, can you hear me? Your audio is off, Musa. Let me see if I can unmute you, if it's from this end. Go ahead, Musa. All right. Can you hear me? Okay, Musa, you may have to join us again. Log out and come back in. We can't hear you if you're trying to speak. Let me go to KJ. KJ, you were once, or you still, I don't know if you are still carrying a card, ID card of a reporter, but what do you think of?
I don't agree with Rufai sometimes, especially when he talks about the Christian nationalists as the ones, projecting the genocide that's going on in Nigeria. That's not true. We have been reporting about the genocide going on in Nigeria since 2012. I mean, yes, 2012. That's the first time I did the story on Agatu, okay? The massacre in Agatu. So now, but in some times and with his ability, he's able to hold people who are in office to question, to account. And that is very lovely. Even though I know that there's a lot of pressure behind the scene after the show ends for him to tone it down. But for the reason of who he is and the kind of person he has been, he's able not to stand certain information that he gets, and he tries to put it across to the people. The interview with David Umahi and him, I enjoyed it, because that is what, if the journalists, if just certain percentage of us who are in Nigeria asking such questions, Nigeria would have been far better, because before you come for your interview, you will know that things are going to be asked, and those things you must answer to them. Now, some people who are in support of David Umahi have said that Oseni was not professional. I think that's not true. He was, I wouldn't have asked the question the way he put it, but he was being a professional to the core. Mind you, the work of a journalist, we are the fourth realm of government. We hold the people, we hold the government accountable to the people. The 230 million Nigerians cannot come to the office and ask Mr. Umahi these questions. So they sent Oseni to ask the question they can't ask. What is wrong with telling us how much a kilometer of road costs, since you already have the general cost of it? 15 trillion is not moi, it's not a joke. That's what he says it's going to cost. It's going to be the most expensive road ever built in Nigeria. You don't even know the cost of one kilometer, per kilometer. You don't know that. The governor of Oyo, Makinjo, or what is his name? He just told him what it is. This is the road he did in his first administration. He was able to tell him how much it costs per kilometer. So instead of simply saying, well, Useni, I don't know that, I don't have that question they're asking me offhand, it's more honorable than for you to try to ask him who is supposed to ask, and then you think the president of Nigeria is more important than Useni? No, that's not true. The citizens of Nigeria, and that is why, as long as we have this, upside down triangle, okay, where the people, the triangle kind of leadership, where the people are at the bottom and the leaders are at the head, instead of the other way around, where the leaders are at the bottom and the people are at the head, they make the people fear the government. Look at the people in the Bonny, people who don't even know what's going on, asking that Useni should go and apologize for what? Is it a Bonny state that is paying him? Is he in the government? Is he in the government to work for Ebony people or work for Nigerians? Ebony is just a minute part of Nigeria, and consequently, whatever idea they have does not constitute the whole. So I'm saying that Oseni or Shaibu should be given an award Remember, it is same Arise News that Leila asked the same minister question on what is has it taken into account all the the cost and the trying to remember now, what the fallout of that road is going to be, which he never answered. Instead, he was telling her that I can't even understand your English. You should speak like So this is an individual who comes every time when he is faced with a difficult question. Instead of just telling us honorable that I don't have that answer, he begins to try to look for how to insult the people's professionalism. Now his people are telling Hosseini that he studied animal husbandry, so he should go and be interviewing animals. He's doing it. The people that are interviewing are all animals. If they are not animals, would they be answering that kind of way? So let them just relax. The guy is doing what you call him to do. A human being who is being paid by the people's money, we know that his responsibility is not to the small Hussein sitting before him, but it's to the generality of Nigerians he's talking to. So when you go to a television studio, you're not going there to address the individual talking to you. You may see him as inconsequential, but forget him. Know that you are talking to millions of Nigerians and address the issue that you have asked. Thank you, sir.
KJ, let's hear from Femi. Femi, go ahead.
Yeah, so part of what KJ said was what I was actually going to say about sometimes I kind of have issues with the way Rufai comes across when he questions, not the fact that I question them, and I don't necessarily have a problem with him being combative, but in any case, it was still a well-timed and well-delivered interview, in my opinion, despite what I said beforehand. Now, part of what apart from that undisputed act of arrogance that a lot of ministers or higher-ups in Nigeria, as an example, tend to display when they're in power, forgetting that these things are transient. Sometimes I struggle to even listen to Umahi. I look at him the same way I look at the Senate president. I don't think there's too much difference between them. Sometimes I even think they're twins. Now, the part of the reason why I don't even respect both of them is the cases in EFCC that's never seen the light of day, including the alleged diversion, because of course it's an allegation, but we're never going to see the end of it. That one is gone forever. That part of the allegations about the diversion of funds into his construction company, among other things, with evidence, including the arrest by EFCC, same EFCC, different dimension, or arrest of his brother at some point. Of course, what has happened to that today? Because these guys know they're always going to get away with things. And even when you look at if we go back to the beginning of how we got to those points, how this the project itself was allocated, it was made in controversy from the onset. There was no competitive bidding. There was nothing. We just woke up one day, and that's the way we've been living in Nigeria up until this point. Is it getting any better? No. Is anything going to come out of it? No. And then when you come even down to part of the questions that has to do with Wins Homes, on one hand, you're alleging that you're indicating that, okay, who is Rufai to question you about certain things, indicating about the fact that he's not even a journalist or what have you. But is Umar himself, is he a lawyer for him to be making determinations like the way he was answering things when it came down to that Win Homes? And if anybody had a chance to, if you've had a chance to listen to that lady that seemed to have led that consortium that had put so much money, including Oyibo people, because sometimes the way I look at things, I don't think we understand that on one hand, we're talking about foreign investment, including from Nigerians. But when people see certain things happening to their investments, you think people will want to take the risk? So, I mean, but then when they don't want to answer these questions, that's when they turn everything to rough fight, because they don't want to answer. Especially when you're getting incisive questions. When was the last time you saw any Nigerian administration that was ready to answer incisive questions, especially when you're giving them, according to Rufai, empirical facts? When? Well, we did here. It will continue. Tomorrow we'll discuss another one. Well, that's it. That's it for me.
All right. I just wanted to make sure that people also, I saw some comments on the comment section, people remembering that there is a long history of Umahi antagonizing the media when he was in government, when he was the governor of Ebonyi State. There were so many instances of his conflict with the media, to the point that they banned for life Sun reporter of the Sun newspaper, from being anywhere near the government house in Abakaliki, Ebonyi State. So you know, you don't see that. It's not a very common thing from most politicians who have any kind of respect for journalists, and this is something that sometimes when people don't have background information about what is going on the screen, you tend to jump into the defensive mode. I don't think it's a very normal thing for a politician, no matter how, especially when you are on a live program. This program is not going to be edited by anybody. It's going live and people are watching it. You have to be the one that will hold yourself and control yourself, not the people who are asking you questions. So that's one part of it, that and sometimes we forget that we have all grown up, most of us who grew up in that country, under military administration. So there is an element of certain things that we internalize and we think is normal. And especially if you've grown up in that society, you think that is normal. If anybody should ask you, no matter the job you did, no matter, you can answer the question like, I think it was KJ that said it. You can say you don't know, or that we will give you the answer, even if you know it and you don't want to. But the approach wasn't really something I think in other African countries. So let's not just talk about Western nations, because if we say Western nation, Trump will do exactly the same thing that Umahi did there. So other African nations, it doesn't get to that point. But anyway, that's it. Unless anybody has any other view, anything to add to that topic. But I think it's something telling in terms of what we expect from elected officials. And this concept of Nigerian big man, where you talk to people, talk down on people and say things like, who are you? Yeah, everybody is somebody. It doesn't matter what they are. They are somebody. You are not bigger than the fact that you're a minister doesn't mean you serve the people. You serve the people. That's more important. You are the ones who are at the service of the people. People can demand anything from you. We are paying you. That concept is totally foreign to most of our people. That the people who are elected, the people who are appointed, even the one that is appointed is the worst even, because we didn't elect him. If there is anybody who can say, people elected me to do this, the president can say that, the governor can say that. But a minister, you are appointed, you are serving us. All of them are serving us, but you should answer questions as we ask you. If you don't know, you say you don't know. It was funny when he said, you don't understand things. And people made reference to what he studied. There was a study out there talking about people who practice journalism in Nigeria. They said that about 60% of them did not come out with any certificate in journalism. It's people just moved in from different professions to become journalists. Ruben Abati didn't study journalism. Most of the people who are doing it today didn't. So for Umahi to make it look like, or people supporting him to make it look like, because Rufai studied animal science, that means he's not qualified to sit down there.
Knowledge has no boundary.
Yeah. So
and he's brilliant and well versed too, so you can't take that away from him.
Yeah. So sometimes some of these things when you hear them, you feel sorry, because it's something that we've internalized over many years of getting people who don't answer any question when we ask them.
Let me just add a bit before you move on. Let me just add a bit. You see, I haven't practiced on that in this. Sometimes they see you as a journalist having, you are a brand envelope journalist. I mean, your colleagues are receiving this. Who are you to talk to me? You see, it's not every journalist that comes to you that is looking for money. Some of them have made their money, and some of them are just doing it for the love of the profession. Okay, you see, there is a reporter in Fox News that I was researching into, and I found out the guy had a private jet. The guy traveling in private jets. Okay, so if that person is sitting before someone to interview you, and what are you going to tell him? Are you going to tell him he's poor? And Husseini has done well for himself. So what's Omai going to tell him? The reason why Omai banned Son is because Son was reporting what he was doing. You are running Ebonyi State as if you are the emperor of Ebonyi State. You were building small mushroom houses, which you are giving big titles. who didn't mean anything. You built a cargo airport, and since you finished the cargo airport, what has happened to it? These are the things that you had problem with being reported. You gave a very vast land, to Fulanis in the Ebonyi State, where they built the biggest what they call it now, university, in Southeast. Okay, a Islamic university. And I'm saying now don't have anything against that, but who did you take permission from? Did you take the land? You grab the land, people's land, and you are doing as you wanted. And those people are telling you, trying to hold you accountable, and because of that, you saw them as being against your government. So they shouldn't come near that place. But however, you are now at the federal level. Don't bring another wicked stuff here. We're not going to accept that. People must ask you, and you must answer. If you don't want to, retire and go back to your house.
All right, thank you. Let's quickly get the views of comparable facts and Ikolola, and then move on to the next topic, which is Nnamdi Kanu and Sowore. Comparable facts. Welcome.
Yeah. Good morning from here, and good afternoon, everybody in the East or in the Central. Yeah, thank you very much, and Dr. Rudolph, for having us on another section today. Yeah, about David Umahi, I watched the interview several times. It's so annoying when it comes to Nigerian politicians. When we come here, we talk about Nigerian politicians. I just have some facts to back up what I'm talking about in terms of the people ruling us. They're supposed to be serving us, including the politician and the leader. The Waraga was the people ruling us is 0.005. This is including the leaders and non-politicians. So this is the people managing a population of, say, let's base it, I don't know what's the actual population. They just approximate 200 million. You have 0.005. They are the people making decisions for us. They're supposed to serve us. What is that not about? Can you hear me?
Go ahead, comparable facts. We can hear you. Okay.
So the point I'm trying to make, that's arrogance, impunity to the highest level. That's what we have in our politicians. Arrogant with impunity. That's exactly what David Umahi just displayed in that interview. Rufai Hussaini is a good journalist, whether he taught animals or something or whatever. How many of them actually went to school for journalism? KJ can back that up. Jota Bati, he didn't go to school for journalism, but that's not the point. In my own opinion, strictly, Hussaini is the best journalist because he asks a very robust question. Try to get a definite. If you have at least, let's about 12 or 20 people like Hussaini in Nigeria. Nigeria would be a better place because the man asks good questions. That's why you even have some people in Nigeria, particularly some of the Nigerians, in diaspora. I talk to them. They don't like Hussaini. I would say some of the people that I speak to, friends and non-friends, half of them don't like Hussaini. For what? They say he's very arrogant. He doesn't know about journalism. This is somebody who asks robust questions. The other journalists, so-called in Nigeria, they are being bought off. They just came to the politician, but you have a man who's fighting for your right, and you come here, you don't like him. When I was watching that video, I said, look at David Umahi. You just come there to interrupt, forgetting that, like you said, he was appointed. He served us. It's about taxpayer money that that bring him to that platform. He's supposed to answer with honorable. You think he's making I think what I can foresee. I think that's Fashola or whatever. Some guy that came again, and Barret Rufai. I think they have come to this narrative that whenever we come, for Hussaini to interview, we're gonna fight him. This is exactly what's going on. I've been seeing some, particularly the APC or whatever. This is the only way to counter him. Don't come there to answer the question. Try to fight him. Try to make him look literal. That's what they are doing. But they're not making themselves look good. That's a platform that's being watched globally. And you come there, you can't even answer journalism. You say, do you know who I am? This is the Nigerian problem, impunity to the highest level. It's so annoying, Dr. Damage. I don't know where we go from here, okay? That's your specialty. You have a very knowledge in that area. But can you tell me, is that sustainable when we can't get an answer from our politicians? Particularly this particular APC, that has become their mantra. Whenever we go to Arise TV, We don't want Oseni to interview us. Maybe Dr. Abati and some other Solomon people. But when it comes to when it comes to Oseni, we're going to fight him. And that's what they're doing. But anyway, it is Nigeria. That's where we are right now. Thank you, Dr. Duff.
Thank you. Thank you, Comparable Facts. Ikolola, welcome to the show.
Good evening, Dr. Damages. Good evening, all viewers and panelists. It's been a long time. It's good to see you all. And,
I've not seen you in a while. What happened?
Life took over.
Are you sure?
Well, it's I think I just some things took over my Saturdays and Sundays. I sometimes want to join, but before I realize it's the time has gone, so today I was lucky to see your text and immediately got into the place.
All right,
and on let me go straight to the point so I don't skip people waiting. On Umahi, I think Umahi is just being Umahi. Everybody around has the right to be himself at the end of the day. But what the buck stops with his commander-in-chief, because if Umahi is not behaving appropriately, it is left for the president to say, look, my friend, I employed you. You have to serve these people. And if they ask you questions, you should answer. Umahi is just being Umahi. He has the right to be himself. Even if he says he doesn't want to answer the question, well, it's left for the president to say, look, this is not how you treat the people who have brought you to serve.
Hold on, Ikolola. What are you talking about? Which president?
Is it the one that has never talked to You're not from Nigeria.
Hold on, Comparable. Is it the one that has never spoken to the media? Which one will tell?
Yeah, we're making the same point. No, we're making the same point.
So, but you are saying that we should now relax because Umahi is Umahi.
No.
We should hope that the president. No. You said we should hope that the president will wake up and tell him to do the right thing.
No. You see, you're putting words into my mouth. You see, you're putting. I am not saying that. I am not saying that. Look, the point. What you have just seen is what you have just said. Your president doesn't care about you. He doesn't give you interviews. He doesn't. So how do you think his employees would respect you? So we're just putting the cart before the horse. Your president has never come to address you, the people who placed him in power. So let's look at every other nation. If your cabinet member comes and speaks to a reporter like that, and the populace says, look, this man is not what we want, it is left for the prime minister or the president of that country to say, look, cabinet minister, I'm taking you off. The people don't want you. They don't like the way you address them. But your president doesn't even care. So why he's just taking the cue of his boss.
All right. Thank you.
Let me make a comment.
You don't allow me finish. You took my whole time.
Let him finish.
But in the case of Rufai, Rufai is he's fiery sometimes. And yes, he asks pertinent questions. In my view, there are some questions he asks that are not up to par. But to say he's not doing his job, he's doing his job, and I hope other journalists at least will emulate his passion. You cannot doubt Rufai's passion, whether you like his questions or not. It's a different thing, which I don't always agree with his questions, but his passion I cannot doubt. And if other journalists had his passion and his love for his job, whatever his background is, I think we would have very strong questions being addressed to these cabinet members. And thirdly, one thing I want to ask these panelists is this thing Rufai does now, speaking to cabinet members, the way he wants. Could it have been done in the days of Buhari or say Abacha? At least I think we should give Tinubu some credit for allowing, because in those days of Buhari, I'm sure the government arm would have, somebody would have arrested him for speaking to a big man like that. So as we are giving Tinubu the stick, let's also give him some credit for allowing that level of freedom of speech.
Comparable facts. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Ikolala, kind of baffled me a little bit, but it's your opinion. Maybe that's the prism you see things. I mean, you're familiar with Nigerian politics, and you are asking, about what happened to Umahi or whatever. Like you're not from Nigeria. Like Tinubu supposed to come there, and say, okay, maybe we should fire you. You're not being accountable to my presidency. This is a guy who promotes snatch and run with it. This is a guy who promotes criminality. I mean, this is a guy with dodgy background. I mean, it's what I call
yeah, we're saying the same thing.
Hold on. It's what I call comfortable to the highest level. And you here thinking that
no. I agree with what you're
doing something right.
Don't go too far.
The guy who fire on Nanuga is promoting ethnic jingoism. I mean, the Tinubu are aware of it. He's aware of what's going on in Lagos. So the buck stopped with Tinubu. So whatever the ministers or the appointee is doing, is Tinubu that is doing it. Just call it like that. I don't know why you're beating around the bush, in my own opinion. But that's the opinion, okay? Because there's nothing factual about. There's nothing that makes sense to me. That's me about what you said when it comes to Tinubu. Like Tinubu's supposed to do. Tinubu is the one perpetuating the whole thing.
What are you saying? What is different from what you've just said and what I've said?
All right.
No, you're being very soft. You're being very soft with Tinubu. That's my
point. Thank you, guys. We have to move. We have to move on to other topics.
Okay.
We have to move on to other topics, and this is the next issue that we're going to tackle.
We go. Sowore challenge yo. Tao be soludo. Sowore challenge yo. Apari biale soti. Sowore challenge yo. Tao be show walking. Talking, he don't do today. Soludo show walking. Our mumu he don't do today. Apari be show walking. Talking, he don't do today. Ale soti show walking. Our mumu he don't do today. Talking, he don't do. Una go dey for corner, dey yumu. On top Nnamdi Kanu, where they abduct am. From Kenya down to Nigeria, which is illegal. Because no gree free ya, Buhari no free ya, Tinubu no one free ya. Hey, fake love, una dey show Nnamdi. Oh yeah, time don't come. Sowore don't set challenge. This is time for action. Sowore challenge yo.
All right, welcome back to Have Your Say 247. And my name is Christopher Kolade. Thank you so much for staying with us. Our second topic is what is now called the Sowore Challenge. Basically demanding that people should stop just talking about working behind the scene to change things, to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu is out, that they should join him on a march to Oslo on the 20th of October. So let's see. Let's welcome to the show, Buddy, welcome to the show. All right, I don't want to dump you into the conversation. Maybe I'll make you the second person. let me put. Let's hear from KJ. KJ, so what is your take on this situation? Because Sowore has put it out there. People should just come out and protest. I don't know how far that will change anything, but I want to hear from you. Not just about what it will change, but it's putting some of these political actors in the Southeast in a situation where they have to make a decision. It's like how they do it in the Congress here, where they force a vote. We have Congress people, members of Congress, who are not interested in showing that they are voting one way or the other, will be forced to vote one way or the other. So Sowore, and I think someone said, I think what Pasada said this at the beginning, that he advised Sowore to do that. Whoever gave him the idea of pushing this button is a master stroke, because it's forcing people to make a decision. So what is your take, KJ?
First of all, I want to, again, like I've always said in the past, celebrate Sowore. I I like him and his politics. And so far, he has shown, that he can be above, the normal Nigerian kind of politics, which is tribal based. And like I said, I have respect for anyone who will put their life on the line for what they believe. It's very few of us that can do that. I'm not even one of those, because if I was one of those, I would still be in Nigeria following up. At one point, I had to think about my family and think about what's going to happen. So Sowore has again shown class, and whether it is him that advised him or not, what Sowore have done is going to forever change his political style and the way Nigerian people perceive him, especially people from the East, young men from the age of 50 downwards. Those above 50 and going up may see it as not consequential, because it's putting them on the hot spot. And I think it's time that someone puts the Eastern leaders, those of them who parade themselves as leaders on the spot. Even if it's not going to achieve much, the mere fact that somebody outside of the Southeast can take up this challenge. Mind you, nobody knows when a protest starts, how it's going to end. So it can go either way. And whichever way it goes, thinking that it is again another Yoruba man who is now stepping up to make this call, it becomes for me very painful. Because if you are a wide reader, you will have found out that even before, when the Civil War was about to start, or during the year, Wole Soyinka was the same person who stepped out to say, look, you guys are wrong here. Okay, Nigeria, you should, shield back your sword. And so, again, in this century, in where we are today, it is a Soyinka. It is a Sowore that is stepping up in the plate. Is it not shameful that all the so-called, I know in this platform, we have talked about this issue like the last 3 weeks or so. We said on this platform, we are surprised that people like Ato Eze, who seem to know when Igbo should come to the presidency, don't even know how to go about getting Nnamdi Kanu. People have covered the fact that Nnamdi Kanu insulted the leaders of the East. What he said, I want to ask them, is it not true? Have they been able to? And those who may say what Nnamdi Kanu did is against the Southeast, what he was demanding, is it for his family? Is it for what was demanded? It's not that he was demanding that the Southeast be open to business and that the seaports along the Southeast, Calabar, that's Cross River, Akwa Ibom, and rivers should be opened up, including that seaport in Warri. Is that only for the Southeast? What he was demanding, that what is done to the North, it should also be done to the Southeast. Is that something that is wrong? Did he say they should make him president? Did he say, even when they offered him vice president, did he take it? He didn't take it. When they offered him oil well, did he take it? Okay. So what Sowore has done is showing class again. And I don't know how to say it. I don't know. I'm saying with the best word I can put together. He may have been winning 50-50 votes at each election as presidential candidate. Okay. But now he has shown that he is not in the same class with all those other ones who have been contesting for presidency. Because if he can go out and say, look, injustice has been done here and it must be corrected, and he has been able to pull both those who would have otherwise opposed him and not to this forum, it means that he has class. And I totally agree with him. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, KJ. Let's hear from Buddy. Buddy, welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Doctor. Good afternoon, other panelists. Yeah. So let me quickly make a few highlights on Rufai. Rufai is doing his job fine. But whenever you're doing your job, there are ethics, there are civility. You don't make your case uncomfortable. We may not like them. I don't like, what's his name? The former governor of Ebonyi. But he's a professional. He knows his job. When he talks, you know he's a professional engineer. We might not like the way he answers questions. We might not like it antecedent. But we have to highlight that as a journalist, you know this, Dr. Rudolph, that you don't insert yourself. You don't introduce bias. You don't become emotional. Rufai's pattern over time has shown that we are not babies in this country. we've seen journalists and journalists over time. The same question that Rufai will ask in an insane way. You will see Shehu Kibaloyi asking the same question in the same manner and get an answer. We have very tough journalists. There's this guy from Ibadan, I don't know, from this FM, Splash FM.
Obilo.
Your brother from UI.
Obilo.
Obiano. He's a very tough guy. He challenged those politics. He has tough questions. We've seen journalists. There's another guy from TVC, this old man that's very fast in literature like this. It's an old man. It's a retired journalist. He's just still practicing with TVC. We've seen tough journalists, and we've seen them across the world. You know Mehdi from here. Mehdi that work with Al Jazeera. There's this guy for the former New York governor.